All right. We are here with Kris Moutinho, winner at CES 61, coming off of a second round knockout of Ajik Ajim, I believe the guy's name was. The first round was pretty rough, okay, but you turned it around in the second, and it seemed to pay off. Your forward pressure, your relentless attack. How are you feeling coming off of your second round knockout?
Now I feel pretty good. You know, there was a couple days my leg was a little sore, hands hurt a little bit, but uh, now I'm good, man. It's been a couple days. Got to eat some fat people food and enjoy myself. You know what I mean? Relax and get back to a normal weight. You know, a normal body. Feel good and just now it's just time to focus on what's next. Talk to my team and figure out where we're gonna go from here, man. Because I'm just ready for my shot. You know what I mean? I just wanna make it to the next level, and the only way I do that is by pushing forward and just looking for the next task at hand. You know?
Well, you showed a lot of maturity in this fight because you did have to fight through some adversity. You know what I mean? You got hit with some really big strikes, and got put on your butt and back in the second round and make some adjustments. And I think it paid off. Obviously, you walked away with the W. So, well, you mentioned it, so let's go ahead and dive right into that. You talked about food. Okay, food happens to be one of my all-time favorite topics. Okay, now what was the post-fight meal, and have you had more since?
Yeah. Oh well, the dude, I just grabbed whatever fast food was near me, bro. Like we went to McDonald's at like right after. I don't even talk to people. I just go eat some food and bounce, go to bed. So yeah, man, a lot of fast food, a lot of McDonald's. I'm not really disciplined when I'm not in fight camp, dude. I eat every nasty thing that you could possibly think of. Like I'm supposed to be an athlete and stuff, and I do not eat like I'm supposed to. But I usually tone it down when I know I got to fight. I get it in a couple months before. I gotta start controlling that a little bit and making this eating good a habit, a lifestyle, not just right when I have fight camp. But man, I like food, man. I like to eat and I like to eat crap, but it is what it is, man. And yes, there's been a lot more of it, which is I'm starting to feel it now. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you. I'm a fat kid myself,
Yeah.
and trust me, I eat. I
Yeah.
eat. I put it away. Okay, so 8-4 overall, right? And all of your professional fights have taken place with CES, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, and that's a pretty good launching pad into the the upper echelon, the bigger organizations like the UFC, Bellator, One Championship. So how far off do you think you are from reaching that next level? Do you think you're a couple fights away? Do you want to get a title under your belt before you head up? How do you see it playing out?
Man, I feel like I'm right there. You know what I mean? I fought only guys every guy I fought has been a stud. You know what I mean? I don't take easy fights. I take very hard fights. I think I'm always one or two fights away from getting a call and getting my shot at a contender or something else. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's been a couple losses I had that I shouldn't that if I just changed one or two little things, they would be wins. You know what I mean? And I feel like I'd already be there. You know what I mean? Like my record is misleading, but every dude I've lost to, one of them's in the UFC already. One's on a win streak. The other guys were guys that fought studs too. So I don't know, man. I'm right there. I'm just gonna keep. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna keep putting wins together. Stay focused. Stay grinding. I've been in this game longer than people realize, man. I've been in this like about 10 years, and I've been training with studs, guys that are in the UFC, guys that have been close to the UFC. My first coach was in the UFC for 10 years. I started with George Rivera, and I know what it's like to be in this and know what real caliber fighters are doing and being around these guys. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready whenever I get my call. I'm just gonna stay focused and keep my nose to the grind and keep working.
Well, I mean, that's really all you can ask from a fighter is, just to, stay level headed, keep their, their ear to the floor, their nose on the task at hand. Sorry, the roofers are here.
Nah,
They're
that's all
getting
right.
work, so the dogs are going nuts. But you know what I mean? That's really what all we can ask for from a fighter, especially where you're at, where you're right on the cusp. You know what I mean? You've been in the game for a long time, like you said, a lot longer than people realize, especially given your young age. You're what, 24?
I'm 28.
28. Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
You age well. You age
yeah.
well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. And that's, for a fighter, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like I feel like um, I know I don't want to mean to cut you off.
No.
I feel like there's only been a few fights where I've actually gotten hit. Like really, if you look at my beginning fights, I didn't take much damage. My amateur fights, I didn't take much damage, and I've been pretty consistent on the win track. And I just want people to I want people to realize that. You know what I mean? It's this sport is such a fleeting sport where you lose once and people kind of forget who you are and what you've done. Like this fight, I was the B side. I was expected to lose. I've had 12 fights. You know what I mean? They were looking at me like I was gonna get wiped by this kid, and he's just starting his pro career. He's 3-0. How am I on the B side? I fought for a world title against a kid who's doing big things in the UFC right now. You know what I mean? I've been here. I've been fighting these dudes. I have nothing but respect for the kid, Ashik, great fighter, hits like a truck, good dude. But I'm the toughest dude he's ever fought. He's not the toughest dude I've ever fought. I'm here. I'm here. I've been doing this against the toughest guys that they could offer me. I don't get the easy options. Every dude I fight is a killer, and I don't expect anything different from here on out.
Okay, well, I mean, I think that falls into, quite a few categories. You know what I mean? Placement, namesake, you know what I mean? If they're trying to, push a guy, thinking that he's gonna be the next it guy or whatever, you're a pretty fucking good name to put in there with them. And then, you find out where they're at. You know what I mean? It seems like guys that beat you, I mean, they're on to the next level. So that's why I say you're right there. You know what I mean? So and your name, I've been hearing it for a long fucking time, man. A long time.
Thank you.
Where, like I said, with CES, the placements that they're putting you in cards, it really shows that they respect the name and they see the growth, but at the same time, trying to find out where fighters are at. And with matchmaking, I think that they kind of use that a little bit. A guy that's been in here for a long time, you know, and especially since you were coming with your back against the wall a little bit on a 2-fight skid, and this kid's on a come up. How did it feel to get the W in the situation you were in before it all went down?
I come in every fight the same way, man. I need to win. I need to win. I need to prove myself. And I'm not a guy who's gonna gonna just go out and just look for the easy win and just do what I need to win. I want to make these fights exciting because this is what we do. You know what I mean? Nobody wants a guy that's just gonna lay on a guy and not do anything and just squeak out a win. You hear it every time Dana White talks on the Contender Series. He's looking for the guy that's gonna put on a show and go for the finish, and that's what I do every fight. Whether I get the finish or not, I'm going for it the entire time. So I feel like I'm the guy that he's talking about. While these other guys go out there and go for that Contender Series and put on lame fights, and they're like wasting opportunities. All I need is one shot, man. I need one shot, and I will not. I don't waste opportunities, man. I get one shot and I go for it, and that's all I want, man. I'm just here. I'm just here trying to show it. You saw my fight on that card. I went for it the entire time. I get dropped. I still coming for it, and this is how I feel about fighting, man. I want to finish every chance I get and still get to come out there and put a show. If I lose, man, I'll take that, man. I have a short memory, bro. I forget very quickly, and I'm just gonna be back in the gym working and go for it the next time too.
Now, do you think that the short memory, as you were saying, do you think that helps the next fight camp where you're not sitting there dwelling on the loss necessarily? You're just working on, you know, how you got it in the first place?
Yeah, it definitely does, man. Because this sport is we're going out there to we get it's very easy to get embarrassed. You know what I mean? You're in front of a lot of people. You getting beat up in front of a lot of people. You know what I mean? It's if you don't have a short memory, you're just gonna dwell. And next time you go out there, it's gonna be the same thing, man. You're gonna have so much self doubt and so much. That's why I know that I'm meant for this. You know what I mean? I don't have any aspirations to be like when I was a kid. I never really wanted to be like an astronaut or a fireman. Like I didn't have those jobs. I knew I wanted to compete at something. And then I realized as I got older, genetics don't really can't play football. I'm too small. I can't I'm not like my genetics are only good for one thing. And then I found wrestling, I found fighting, and I realized like you're only going you there's certain aspects of a human, your toughness, your heart, that are going to carry you through the day and make you can be less athletic and still do very well. And that's why I love this sport, man. It's two dudes, two women, two dudes that are going out there and they're going to find out who's a better man that day. And that's what I love about this.
Well, definitely the competition, and you know, you don't necessarily have to be, you know, a freaking athlete to compete in MMA. There's, you know, a grit to it. There's determination. There's heart. There's all these aspects where those aren't necessarily parts of other sport. And I think that's what separates, you know, MMA and boxing and, you know, any combat sport from, you know, say basketball. Yeah, sure. There's a competitive nature to all the other sports, but I think the competitive nature in MMA or any combat sport, it's way different. You know what I mean? It's something like any unlike any other sport.
Dude, it's in our DNA, whether you want to like whether people want to accept it or not. It's something that every creature on this planet knows how to do. They know how to fight regardless. They know how to protect themselves. They know how to they know it's without even knowing about it, without even knowing why they know how to do it. So it's we've found a way to make it into a sport and have fun. Like I'm not an angry person. I don't go out picking fights for no reason, get drunk and go out to a bar to throw down, man. I do this because it's a sport and I get to go against other people that know that this is what they love to do, and we get to see who's better at this. And it's a feeling like I can never find in anything else. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And what got you, you know, into like competition in MMA? I know you said that you wrestled a little bit. Do you think that, you know, wrestling was the key, or did you, you know, stumble into a bar that had some live fights and they threw $1,000 on the table? How did it go?
No, it was definitely wrestling, man. I wrestled Milford Wrestling, bro. My coach, PJ Basha over there. It was my first. I got bullied a little bit as a kid. I was always really small, and wrestling was yeah really small, and I didn't know how to didn't know how to stand up for myself. And when I found wrestling, it was like my first taste of self confidence. I mean, I got to actually see I was actually good at something and didn't had an outlet to get out my aggression and get out all my anger towards people. and got me through high school. It got me through these things, and not worrying about that gave me a mindset that I don't need to be coddled. You know what I mean? I don't need people to tell me I'm good. I don't need people uh to let me beat them up in the gym to know that uh my skills are there. I just tell myself. I know how to talk to myself. So when I got out of high school, I still wanted to compete. You know what I mean? I any didn't have a path. I still don't know exactly where my path is going and how I'm gonna go. So my first coach, George Rivera, he opened a gym up and knew who he was. I figured, hey, I'll try it. You know what I mean? After a couple months, he was like, "You want to fight?" I said, "Yeah, I fight." Got one fight. Luckily, didn't know how to throw a punch. I won the fight. I wrestled some kid, and I was hooked. That was it, man. I got that taste of what that felt like, and I've never looked back. And that was almost 9 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing too, is a lot of fighters will say, after my first fight, like that was it. There
Yeah,
is no, you know what I mean? So it would be extremely difficult and, unfair of me to ask you to put that in words because no fighter has been able to since. So I'll just I'll just move on. So outside of MMA, are you a full time MMA fighter or do you have like a job like a 9 to 5? What you
yeah.
got?
I have a 9 to 5. I work in a factory. I work in a paint factory, and I run like a machine, and we fill paint cans. It's what I got to do to make money until this thing finally takes off, man. And I have no backup plan. You know what I mean? It's either gonna just you're gonna go or it's gonna bust. You know what I mean? This is it. You know what I mean? I want this so bad that it's almost a compulsion, dude. Like I have like when I'm not training, when I'm not in the gym, it's I get stir crazy. You know what I mean? Like COVID was rough at the beginning. You know what I mean? Like just being able not being able to get my aggression out. I was snapping very easily at people. I was getting my temper was crazy. So this is something I need. You know what I mean? Just for my own sanity and my own like just well being.
Well, and I think sometimes not having a backup plan is a blessing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? You're putting all your chips in one bag, and that's it. It's
yeah,
either go or don't. You know what I mean? So I can definitely, respect that. And look, dude, I'm fucking 31. I don't even know what the fuck I wanted. You know what I mean?
no,
So it's all good. So
yeah.
what are some things that you like to do outside of competition? You like, a lot of fighters tell me they like to go outdoors, fishing, hiking, that sort of thing. What does Moutinho like to do?
Yeah, I like to be outside, man. I like to hike, go for walks, do all that kind of stuff. But I also like to sit at home. I watch a lot of TV, man. I watch a lot of movies. I I used to like to go out, go drink a little bit and hang out and stuff. Like less and less as I'm getting older, man. Less and less going out and less and less doing that. I'm pretty low key. I train. I chill at home with my girlfriend. And that's pretty much it, man. I eat a lot, so a lot of going out to get some food, and that's pretty much it, man. I'm just really low key chill. I hang out with my family, my little brothers and sisters, and I don't do much else. My circles dwindling every year. It gets a little bit smaller. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. You know what I mean? It's kind of like weird when you think about, being in school where you want to be the most popular guy and have the most friends or the most popular gal for, the women watching.
Yep.
But now it's just like, I don't, what I mean? I don't want all those people in my life because more than half of them are, you know, a waste of space or they're too negative or, you know what I mean? So I cut
Exactly.
all of that shit out of my life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
My only friends are my dogs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not true. I have friends, but let's not get to that. But I definitely feel you on that one. And there's nothing wrong with keeping your circle small. You know what I mean? It it makes, selling tickets a little bit more difficult, but at the same time, you know that the people that are, behind you, they're behind you 100%. And I think that is the most important thing. So how does your family feel about your career choice?
Everybody I'm with, man, is supportive. My girlfriend's super supportive. My mom, my little brothers, and my dad, and everybody super supportive, man. Everybody's here to help me, and I get a little I'm a little like in myself sometimes. You know what I mean? I get a little, especially when I'm cutting weight and all that stuff. I get a little cranky with them, and I don't I take them for granted sometimes because without them I wouldn't be where I'm at. You know what I mean? And they these people are the reason I do this, so that when I freaking do make it in this thing and I get to actually have the life, we all get to have the life that I think we deserve. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
that's a hard word. I don't like that word deserve, because we don't deserve anything. Things happen because you work hard and all that stuff. But I'm I'm just here, man. I'm just here, and these people are the reason I'm here.
Well, again, 8-4 overall, coming off a second round knockout, CES 61. Um, Look, man, your career it speaks for itself. The losses that you do take are against, some top dudes. You know what I mean? So we know you're not looking for an easy fight, which is good. You know what I mean? Because I'll tell any fighter or interview, I don't give a fuck about how many losses you have. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Unless there was a guy that I saw on Tapology. He was like 1-38. Like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What are you really doing?
yeah,
But
relax.
I see the work that you guys put in. You know what I mean? So regardless of, the win streak or the record, I give you guys my utmost respect. You know what I mean? I gave it a shot and I failed miserably. You know what I mean? So this is as close as I'm going to get. You know what I mean? So, and you guys deserve way more pay and, way more respect than you guys do get, and you guys deserve it. You know what I mean? You guys deserve it. I'll use the D word. You know what I mean? I'll use the D word.
I
But
appreciate that.
before I let you go, man, do you have any sponsors, training partners, coaches, anybody you'd like to thank that got you to this point in your career?
Yeah, I want to thank all my coaches at Regiment Training Center, Brian Raposo, Tommy Teixeira, all my coaches I've had in the past, from high school wrestling to everything else, George Rivera, Rolanda Griffith, all the Todd Sawyer, all these guys that have been here for me. My girlfriend, I want to thank her, because without her I wouldn't be here. God, I want to thank God. Everybody who there's so many people that have been sponsoring me throughout my whole career. You know what I mean? I can't name just one of them. Can't go through the whole list, but I want to thank every one of them. And yeah, man, just stay tuned, because I'm coming for this. I'm coming for this hard, and I got a different brain right now, and I just can't wait, man. Can't wait to show you guys what's next.
Well, I will say that I like your chances of nabbing a contender series very soon. You know what I mean?
Thank you, man.
Or a short notice replacement fight. Because your last performance, I think, like you said, you're what Dana White asked for every time. You know what I mean? Even if you get put on your butt, you get right back up and you get to work, man. So I think, just like I said, keep your ear to the ground, man, and, stay relatively light.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. Either way, man, I'll never miss weight. I'll get there. I'll get there.
All right, man. Well, I want to thank you for your time, and we'll look forward to the next one. As soon as you book, let me know. We can preview.
All right. God bless, man. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one, sir.